This looks super miserable. Terrible. Yeah, this is pretty soul crushing. This is a room in Boise at the Grove Hotel where we had a significant upgrade after the night before in Pendleton where we couldn't get any sleep. And much better, cleaner, nicer. King bed, nice ornate patterns. And we got the top floor, which is quite nice. We had a sunset view as well.
So this is our first really nice hotel room that we've stayed in after the lockdown. And it looks and feels like a regular hotel. Don't think they did anything different with the check-in process other than the attendees wearing a mask. It just feels like staying in a normal hotel.
And we both miss our work assignments where we used to get put in these nice hotels with all their amenities, even desk where you can work or edit videos, whatever you want to do. And from here on we'll have it a little more comfortable than the first night. We've made it in downtown Boise, Idaho, right outside the capital, and we've actually been here for a few hours already.
This is my third trip to Boise. I've been here because my brother lived here, then I have friends from Idaho. So I've been to Boise, but it has developed quite a bit over the past few years.
I've never been to Boise before. So far I quite like it. It's not that big, but it's obviously growing. And it is a very tame, nice place for the moment. We met some friends, we had some drinks and food, and it feels like living normal life, honestly.
And there is a little bit of, you know, social distancing, some people wearing a mask.
Yeah, and I check all the stats diligently, and it had a lot to do with how I planned this trip. All of Idaho has something like 20 to 30 cases a day they're confirming. We feel comfortable here, and life has returned to normal here. Speaking of capitals, they are really good to tour in the USA. They're all made in the neoclassical architecture, and we have a full video on the one in Washington State on our other channel, Gemini Connect. Ah, isn't this nice?
Sun, it's great. We're in a nice, clean, really big park.
Yeah, this is downtown Boise, which has a river and a very long river walk. So it's nice. We're quite tired because we couldn't sleep last night. Yeah, so we'll crash early tonight, but tomorrow we have lots of activities again. We're in downtown Boise looking for breakfast on Capitol Street, right up against the Capitol itself, right there. But it's nice to be in a downtown where things are open and you can do what you do in cities. Amsterdam Lounge, feels like I was just there a year ago. Looks like a nice food strip, and there are actually multiple ones here in Boise, but they have nice stone architecture. Here we go, coffee and bagels. A bagel sandwich with pastrami.
Pastrami?
Yeah, looks huge. And we got coffee, we're ready for the day. We have fuel.
So guess how much this bagel costs, this bagel sandwich? It was like a fraction of the price of what you would get in Seattle.
Yeah, here you get a breakfast for $5-6 a person. The last place we ate in Pendleton, we got breakfast for 2 plus coffee for $10, and it was good. And here it's about 12 for that. It's a nice quiet morning in Boise, Idaho, and we're going to enjoy our coffees while looking through an alley full of graffiti.
So this is Freak Alley Gallery.
Isn't this the cleanest graffiti alley you've ever seen? This one is cool because the nature here is well represented. I don't know if I want to enter this doorway. It looks like a shithole.
But yes, this is the cleanest graffiti alley I think we've ever seen. There's a really famous one in Toronto, which is cool, but it's also kind of gross. It's not as clean.
In the graffiti alleys of the world, you'll be standing in a puddle of piss right now, but here it's actually quite clean. And that's a really prominent thing that you keep seeing in Idaho. They keep the place very clean everywhere we've been. This art reminds me of the stuff they have in Juxtapose magazine. Here it gets a little morbid. I think is the biggest mural so far. Yeah, altogether the biggest. This is actually the back door of West Elm. Here should sit the king of chaos, so maybe you should hold the camera. Here's some kind of Batman, Breaking Bad fusion. Obviously people here, or artists who came to draw here, do mushrooms. This is cool though when they stick mirrors. It's shiny. Can't even delve into the details of everything. It's the king and the unicorn from Alice, or the British heraldic symbols. And a cool one here of Jimi Hendrix made of mirrors. This one is pretty cool. Somehow we find ourselves in the Old Idaho Penitentiary.
That's right. We didn't even expect to come here, but it's pretty cool. It's abandoned, or it's not housing prisoners currently. So it's more of like an attraction, and you can come in and just see the inside, which I love. I have an obsession with prison movies, so I'm pretty excited. You
can live out your prison fantasy now. I prefer those movies where they globe-trot and like Indiana Jones and so on. Very different from prison movies. We're exploring a jail. I'm already feeling oppressed because the ceiling is low. Yeah, this is pretty soul-crushing. It's like one little room.
Ooh, yeah.
A bed and a chair. Or a toilet, that's not a chair. I guess the toilet doubles as a chair when you don't want to lie down anymore.
Wow, yeah, that's like no space at all.
I don't think I've ever been in a prison before, actually. Maybe once in California.
Have you been to Alcatraz?
No, I haven't. This one is bigger. Oh, but they have 4 prisoners in here. That's even worse. But I guess it's more communal this way. Except the bathroom part would suck if you have 4 people next to you.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Just for a robbery, they look into here. Well, there are a lot of cells waiting for Antifa here. It definitely feels like a movie. I found a rapist. His name was Donald.
It does feel like a movie, but a very bad movie. It would suck. It would be great to film a movie in here. Yeah, it's like a set.
So this is solitary confinement, maybe? Or something more hardcore over here. Oh yeah, oh man. Oh wow. This is your only outlet to the world. Oh, this one cell is open here. So if the waste bucket is in the ventilation, it looks super miserable. Terrible. I already know I really wouldn't like prison, so I don't think I'm going here. Oh no, are you staying there?
No, I'm not staying here.
It's not small either, look, it goes
oh yeah, that's terrible.
Way up there.
What's to make you not want to commit a crime?
Let's find out what a maximum security penitentiary from the 50s looked like. These are all the weapons they confiscated.
Oh, in prison?
Yeah. It
I
is.
swear that's like more scary than actually dealing with police. Like there's no law in here, right? Sorta?
There is a law, but they may not care to enforce it because
Exactly,
it's less
yeah.
people to deal
I've
with.
seen enough prison movies to know.
Someone escaped from this one. Oh no, it's the hallway. Oh, interesting. First time I'm seeing a prison. Pretty depressing, but that's the purpose of it. Pretty much makes you willing to not commit crimes. This is the friendly, inviting looking hospital door. What is a dumb waiter? Maybe the food shows up through here. I don't know. Death row, I do know what is. So you observe that in maximum penitentiary or maximum security is private and you have more space.
Yes, but if you, there's a sign that also says though that you are confined to that cell 23 hours a day. You're allowed 1 hour outside, but you're by yourself. So you would just kind of go crazy that way yourself.
Yeah. So check out death row.
Oh geez, right here.
Yeah, and
That's terrible.
Once you go in death row, you have radio.
Oh wow.
You have TV. So it's like you're moving up in the world. Maximum gets your private room, and then death row gets your TV.
But what's after death row?
I think I'll show you over there.
Oh no, keeps going.
Witness room, drop room. You see the movies, but seeing it live is different. This is what was after death row. And they have the drop right there. So it went from hanging to lethal injection in 78.
Oh, or you could, they removed death by firing squad.
That's the most honorable way to go. Either that or beheading. Beheading is pretty honorable. It's the noble way to go. They captured one of my people. Jurku. This looks pretty old school, characteristic, 1901. And now I know what drop room means, because they pull that lever and they drop into this room down here. Yeah, pretty much. You see the opening up there. Being outside feels much nicer now after this tour. Jeez. This is the laundry room where the prisoners did laundry as part of their labor duties.
For the Air Force Base, they said. So they did it for some of the military nearby.
So I guess this is what it took back then to do laundry for the army. This is a pretty serious washing machine right here. Here the mismatched socks. It's an age-old problem used for laundering sheets. Not quite from Germany or Poland, but yeah. This looks promising. Of course. They have the face of the penitentiary here.
Face of the penitentiary? Me?
Vastly more men, but that's who commits more crime too. Oh, the women are catching up.
They're catching up. Oh no.
Equality, right? 97% were eventually released though. And of course, there was a prisoner from Bulgaria here.
Look, no Koreans.
I like the Italian guy's haircut the most. China is well represented. So just about the only nice thing here is that the prisoners got to work on the rose garden, so that was their little outlet. And it's still here. Are you depressed enough already?
No, I'm not depressed. From a photography perspective, it's just like, yeah, I could shoot all day here. There's like endless compositions. And if you're doing a video here, even more so.
I'm depressed enough, so I'm thinking of heading to the exit. So the bishop right next to the prison in a very awesome house. And that's the warden's house, so he also was living it up right next to the prison while everyone else was inside, caged. Just like that, we're out of the woods and we're back in Boise, and this is the only place we're actually returning to on this whole trip other than Seattle, our hometown. And this is the street with the life that we didn't film last time because we're just hanging out.
Yeah, and it happens to, well, it's not really a weekend, right? It's a Thursday, but it feels kind of like a weekend, at least on the sunny side of the street, literally, because that's where everyone is sitting outside.
And we're on vacation, so it is a weekend for us, a long 3-week weekend. We're meeting some friends soon and going into this bar straight there, but we have a few minutes to walk around. Boise is interesting. It's a small town, kind of big, kind of small, in the middle. And it's really isolated. You have to drive many hours to get to any other city. Standing on top of Boise, Idaho.
So there's a really big cross when you come into town, and you can actually hike up to it. There's several trails to get up here, and you know, a lot of people are doing it. Relatively easy to do, but you get this stunning view of downtown Boise.
And it's the highest hill in town, and right now it's 4th of July weekend, the day off, and many people have come here this morning. This was our last stop in Boise at the Bitter Root restaurant.
Bitter Root? Wild Root.
Wild Root.
Wild Root restaurant. super healthy. It was really, really good. We had like zoodles with bone broth and salmon, and it's just nice. It just goes along with that healthy lifestyle. You just feel so good on the inside, especially after our hike this morning.
Yeah, and we did not film much in Boise because we mostly hung out with friends and just dine out and stuff. But we really, really like this place. It's a really, really good medium-sized American city where everything is healthy and normal and clean.
So clean. We haven't seen like any trash anywhere. It just feels normal. And maybe it's hard to say with the lockdown and quarantine how everything, is in other places, but even a few weeks after lockdown, it has gone back to normal here largely.